This is Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is the first spin-off in the Sniper Ghost Warrior series, coming off of the heels of Ghost Warrior 3. That was kind of an open world approach in a modern setting. They went for something a little bit more stylistic and I want to say kind of like, really? Are you kidding me? Kind of like Hitman in the sense that you have these open world areas that you are moving through, completing objectives and missions and challenges, and that's your general goal. So you kind of see this like area, we've got different things we need to get done, we've got different challenges, we've got different collectibles, and it just allows you to really have a more freeing approach in how you tackle scenarios, make decisions, and go about your business. So what are we getting here? It's 1440p, 60 FPS, auto HDR, and yeah, it actually does look visually, I think, quite good. I remember a distinct feeling of checking this out on the Xbox One X, and this game really did technically struggle, and it had really bad performance. So here on the Series X with all the overhead, it actually is pretty smooth, and it makes the game look a lot better and feel a lot better to play, which is kind of awesome because, as I mentioned, it was kind of annoying trying to play this and having the quality that we had at that time. I don't want to go off the ledge. I want to sit up here so I can kill the sniper guy. I'm just kind of worried about like the drop, if that makes sense. So they definitely went with a little bit of a different approach in your tactical thinking. You're supposed to use a stealth approach to it, but I'm kind of like, I am worried a little bit about the drop. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. I hit the metal right above his head. Oh no. And then these X-ray type shots, which are kind of like from the Sniper Elite series, they're a lot more graphic and violent in this one, especially coming from Ghost Warrior 3, which kind of did that, but didn't really have the graphic element that this one has. So it is nice to see that, I guess you would say, improvement here for this one. I'm so disappointed. I genuinely am. I thought I was going to get that perfectly. So yeah, it really allows you to kind of be smart and technical about how you shoot and how you play. Like, you do actually have to think about placing your shots. How are you hitting even like remotely near me from all the way? Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I don't really understand that at all. Alright, we're getting out of this area. So it's your freedom of choice as you move through the areas, tackling other enemies. You might have to deal with like certain traps and hidden things, and there is actually a lot technically to this game. And you really do get whatever kind of approach option you want, and I think that makes this rather interesting. What? It's just that element of like, hey, this is a reactive world. Hey, you gotta factor in how your gun is gonna shoot, your angle, your wind, everything like that, and any other impacts that might be present in a particular environment that could come in, you know, kind of being annoying, like certain wind elements and stuff. And it's kind of just taking the Ghost Warrior series that you might be familiar with and kind of doing a little bit of a different approach with it, gameplay-wise, to try to mix things up a bit and offer some new challenges and ways to play. And I think for the most part they actually do a pretty good job of things in regards to like just kind of elevating stuff. But like I mentioned too, it is kind of just an average game. It's not like necessarily mind-blowingly crazy, but I think you can have some fun playing it. And you know, we kind of really just ignored this one for a long time. Was this the guy I killed in here? As I did, I mentioned this in my Ghost Warrior 3 video too, just had some E3 issues with the company the one year, and then Yeah, I don't know. It's just like the performance level and everything like that of this game wasn't great, so I tend to kind of ignore it as to say. But it is nice to be back here, as the game does look a lot better than I remember it being, like, looking. How did you... You gotta be kidding me. What are the odds? I think this guy's a juggernaut, too. I'm just gonna go hit him in the balls a bunch. Okay, that's gonna kill me. I had that coming. I don't suppose I have a checkpoint, do I? Do I have a checkpoint? So yeah, this one offers some different levels, some different missions, different goals, different ways to tackle all those scenarios, and that's kind of nice. It just depends really if this is going to be, you know, a game of interest to you, or if you're gonna, like, I don't know, find this to be less intriguing for one reason or another. But I do think this one can be kind of fun to play, can offer a pretty cool challenge. Did that bullet go anywhere near that guy? Well, I mean, that kind of did. A little easier to shoot in the first Sniper, or Sniper Ghost Warrior 3, honestly. It's kind of funny. But yeah, you can traverse the environment too in cool ways, like it allows you to kind of like hang on things, and you gotta control your noise. I'm hoping I don't freeze to death before I get over here. There's turrets too, which are not the best thing to kind of handle. Oh, I'm a Ghost Warrior that's gonna die in the cold. Kind of hoping those things don't see me, but they, like, sort of see me. See, it's all about your tactical approach and the decisions you make. There's lots of little hidden areas, too, that you can dive into. It's kind of interesting. And long shots would be easier. I mean, we could sit up there in the tower, the lighthouse tower, and shoot down on people, but I do like to make this look a little bit more interesting for those, you know, watching the game too, right? I was wondering if we can kind of pull off a shot on this guy, or if I'm going to miss horribly and everyone's going to know exactly where I am and I'm going to get killed. It actually takes like a little bit of practice too to like really get a feel for things in this one, because you do have to get used to your equipment and your setup and that. Otherwise, it's just like you're shooting and you're just going to be shooting. It's not like something that you can really run and gun and play, like so many other games attempt to do that are stealth focused, but yeah. Wondering if I need to kill that guy or not. I don't know, it's kind of a neat game. It definitely looks like they were trying to greatly improve their quality of their experiences between entries, because this is just such a fidelity bump up from the Xbox One version of Ghost Warrior 3. I gotta tell you, it's kind of miraculous. I just think it's crazy too, because I literally just, it feels like the other day that I was playing this when it was coming out. I just remember like the frame rate and stuff, and it just screen tearing and looking horrible. And now it's like actually pretty solid. It's like this was the intended way to play this game, so I'm glad it was future-proofed a little bit, as this does make the experience a lot nicer to dive into. And I'm wondering if I'm gonna get like spotted as I go in here and try to sneak in. Yeah. Oh, and they call it the most realistic modern sniping game available. Which I guess to some degree makes sense. Alienware? That's some interesting branding. I wonder if that's gonna cause any, uh-oh. Any sort of potential long-term licensing issues for this one. Alienware laptop. Well, I mean, if the enemies didn't hear that coming, they deserve to die, I guess. Literally one of their guys being like, get him, and shooting, and they all look like they're on edge, or no. Not even remotely bothered, I guess. Somebody shooting an AK is just a thing here, I suppose. Because I effectively... Maybe he had a silencer too. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, there's lots of things to do in this one. Because I'm wondering if we should go out there and kind of go around, or... Huh. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this one. We're just gonna have to do that area and that area, and there's a lot of challenges to this one. Oh, you're kind of on the water, so that would be good to kill you, I guess. Kind of a shame. Sometimes they like explode if you hit them in the right spots, which is very satisfying to do. Yeah, kind of see them like pop apart and stuff like that. What? What do you mean hostiles on site? No. What? 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 I was doing. I really thought I had something good going on there. Wow. I'm actually so disappointed about that. I really thought I was like kind of quietly moving around and setting things up and stuff. That's a bummer, I gotta say. Because I gotta remember who I haven't killed too, right? Wow. How did I miss that shot, eh? How did I miss that shot? That's all you can say before you get capped. That guy. That's the sniper dude. Really? What am I hitting, like, the post in front of him? See what I'm saying? It's like, how am I not hitting that guy? I'm always more of a run fast and shoot people and kill people kind of thing. And, like, there is a little bit of story structuring behind this one, too, but you are kind of just a dude that's sent out to go kill people, and you get all fancy and you snipe, and yeah, it's not necessarily too crazily deep or story focused as like the previous entries would be, as to say. If you are familiar with the Sniper Ghost Warrior games, they usually have a little bit of a thing going on. Like the third one, you were like this. I don't know if you were undercover, as to say, but you were set behind enemy lines and you had to make things work and stuff like that. And kind of interesting. My Ghost Warrior vision is tingling. Is that's a bad guy? He's got a gun. He's got a weapon. Okay, so we are in the vicinity of of our tactical missions here. So let's take a look around and see what we can find. See, it's all like. Actually, is that just literally like the triangle polygons of like the world? Is your vision is just seeing all of those? I bet that's kind of what it is. Anyways. Yeah, kind of neat. I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting title. It's a lot better now. It sounds silly, but it makes a world of difference when you play something and it doesn't run well. And it doesn't look good because it doesn't run well, and then going and being able to play it later and being like, oh, this is in a much better situation. That's kind of the fun of future-proofing stuff. Future-proofing stuff? Yeah. Just because it actually does give you better long-term value. You gotta be kidding me. I love how they look slightly awkward for like a second. You saw nothing. There we go, got him. I was worried for a second. Do they know something's up? I mean, it kind of feels like they know something's up. Would they know where I am? There we go. For a second there, I thought I was stuck. I was like, are you kidding me? So you could be on the cutting edge of sniping. You can have some fun doing it, I guess. Just if you're expecting anything with crazy amounts of depth and whatnot, I don't know if this is really that game. You know, again, going off of my historic elements of this one, but it is actually a lot nicer to enjoy on the Series X than it ever was on the Xbox One X. Let's get them. That was the target? I literally let my target walk by earlier? Well, that's embarrassing. So I could just extract? Oh. That was like my main objective. I guess I don't have to do everything, do I? Exfiltrate. Where is an exfiltration point? Oh, we've got to get out of here. There are so many little things on this map. It does feel like they just kind of took the ideas of the third one and they're like, we're gonna, you know, take a different approach. But I think that's what you got to do too, right? If you spend all the time developing a game and it kind of works or maybe kind of doesn't fully work, then you can go and you can take your lessons and what you've learned and the mechanics you've built and kind of take it in a different direction. That's not good. I think they know something's up. I think they know that I'm not just here to sell cookies. I'm here to take lives. Yeah, but you can actually spend a lot of time playing and going through this. And that's where I was saying where you get those kind of like Hitman-like vibes is just that element of getting an area where you can kind of approach it however you'd like to. Whether you're going a little bit more aggressive or whether you're sitting back, that choice is really comfortably up to you and your goals for the particular game or area. Lots of different contracts to complete and whatnot. Like I said, there's actually quite a lot to this, and it's just a bunch of hub world areas where you get to go in and, you know, do your missions and whatnot. And of course, you can always replay stuff. I think this map is pretty nice. Decent showcase of this one. Getting close to our exfiltration area. Yeah, we are. Yeah. 11% done. That's what I'm talking about.
On the move. Well done, Seeker.
Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so you can choose to keep going and complete your other objectives. That's where our target is, so let's continue our approach. You should also be on the lookout for other things too. Mines, hidden secrets and stuff. It's just a little bit of a different video to do because it is sniping and a little bit more laid back and not as aggressive run and gun, and therefore less to dive and react and talk about, right? Because you're just kind of moving through it at a brisk pace. Tempting not to get killed. I don't think we could actually... We can go down that way. Well, it depends on how stealthy you want to be too, right? Because it'd be nice not to get caught and shot at. Especially since I only have 7 sniper bullets. And the AK's fun, but it's loud. It is loud. This is remarkably better looking than I remember.
They are expecting trouble. Seeker, intel is confirmed. Sekov has been bugged. We have intercepted the signal. I will open a channel for you now.
Thank you.
Killed?
We will be next, I am sure of it.
No, my brother would not.
We must tell the Americans that we want to leave immediately.
Well, that's not gonna fly. Let's interrogate this guy.
I'll tell you. There.
Well, that wasn't very nice. That guy literally opened his heart and his soul to us, and we just stabbed him. I didn't even get a choice in the matter. I just ended it. I ended it all for him. At least we get to know where his buddies are. Is it weird that I was kind of hoping we would just, like, sort of sneak into this place? Good thing that turret didn't see us, but Guess we aren't just walking in the front door, are we?